Tithing. On the topic of tithing, I'm going to be reading out to you what the Holy Bible says about it. And references will be made from different chapters. And so I'll start from the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14, from verses 22 to 29, and I read, "Every year you shall certainly tithe, a tenth of all the yield of your seed, which is produced by your field. You shall eat the tithe of your grain, your new wine, your oil, and the firstborn of your herd and your flock before the Lord your God in the place where he chooses to establish his name, so that you may learn to fear and worship the Lord your God with all filled reverence and profound respect always. If the place where the Lord your God chooses to set his name is a great distance from you, and you're not able to carry your tithe because the Lord your God has blessed you with such an abundance, then you shall exchange your tithe for money and take the money in your hand and go to the place of worship which the Lord your God chooses. You may spend the money for anything your heart desires, for oxen or sheep or wine or other strong drink or anything else you want. You shall eat there in the presence of the Lord your God and rejoice, you and your household. Also, you shall not neglect the Levite who is within your city gates, for he does not have a share of land or inheritance among you. At the end of every third year, you shall bring out all the tithe of your produce for that year, and shall store it up within your city gates. The Levite, because he has no share of land or an inheritance among you, and the stranger and the orphan and the widow who are within your city gates shall come and eat and be satisfied, so that the Lord your God may bless you in all the work of your hands." I'm going to be reading another book of the Bible from the book of Malachi, chapter 3, from verses 10 to 12, and I read, the Holy Bible says, "Bring all the tithes, the tenth, into the storehouse, so that there may be food in my house. And test me now in this, says the Lord of hosts, if I will not open for you the windows of heaven and pour out for you so great a blessing until there is no more room to receive it. Then I'll rebuke the devourer, insects and plagues for your sake, and he will not destroy the fruits of the ground, nor will your vine in the field drop its grapes before harvest, says the Lord of hosts. All nations shall call you happy and blessed, for you shall be a land of delight, says the Lord of hosts."